Ah, it happened a second time, chat.
Oh, lovely. Yep.
Yep, we can hear it.
Huh? The door!
The truth is slipping further away!
Of course it is, because your deduction is wrong. You people will never reach the truth. This is the end.
For you.
Master, let's take him down first!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's test it anyway. Okay.
Your deduction is wrong. Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move a millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
Say,
Your deduction is wrong. Do you have any proof that the corpse was moved? The corpse was fixed in place. It didn't move a millimeter. In fact, that corpse shows no sign it was ever moved.
I'll slash through this mystery! No, there was evidence the body had been moved. The upper and lower parts of the body bled out differently. The blood from the lower body flowed naturally outwards, along the body's outline. But blood from the upper body looks like it flowed in a downward direction, toward his. If the corpse was motionless on its back, there wouldn't be such unusual blood stains. In other words, it's safe to assume the body's position was different from when it was discovered.
Take that.
This is getting out of hand.
What? What's
Now
this?
there are 3 of them.
ugh, gross! We gotta hurry and get through that door.
Unusual circumstances. It doesn't matter. As long as the corpse was pinned to the floor, it couldn't be moved. You can't change the truth.
Even this didn't work? Am I just wrong about it all?
No, you're correct. The answer you've reached using the evidence is the truth.
Lara!
There's no doubt a fine string was used in this case. Evidence at the crime scene indicate the corpse was moved. So all that remains is to answer, how was the pinned body moved? That bizarre bloodstain holds the clue to all of this.
The bloodstain? If the bloodstain is the clue for how the body could be moved, even while pinned...
Master, we gotta chase after the door! It's getting further away!
Hey, wait!
I won't let you!
This really just feels like Astral Chain with that one. Pretty much.
dead.
right. The corpse was sitting up at first. That's why only the wounds in the upper half of the body bled straight down. The string I mentioned before was thin but sturdy. It was all over the room, holding the body's upper half in place. That's the reason only the corpse's neck had marks on it. The culprit then retrieved all the string that kept the corpse in place from outside the door. And with nothing to support it, the top half of the corpse fell back to the floor, just like how it was discovered.
It appears this locked room mystery will finally be solved.
Huh? When did that happen?
Maybe you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Master, you know the answer, right? Let's finish this.
Right.
You gotta think like the culprit, Master. Blood place is suspicious. You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery.
Maybe you got the order wrong. Stay calm, collect your thoughts. First, you need to tie the fishing line down. Find a sturdy spot where it can be easily retrieved later. Yuma, you have to recreate the locked room to prove you solved the mystery. You already know the answer. All that's left is to retrace the steps. Simple.
Master, go recreate the locked room. Think about the steps the culprit took to create the locked room and check each spot.
First, a knot was tied through a slit in the vent. After that, the fishing line was drawn away to another location. In terms of sequence, it'd probably be easier to start with things that are fixed in place.
Yeah.
Does this location matter? You're supposed to be searching for where the fishing line went next. Master, you said you're looking for something that's fixed in place. Why don't you search for that?
Ow.
Ow.
That's it! It passed through a doll's eye.
Oh.
And then the fishing line passed through the eye to somewhere else. Right. The line was then passed around a certain point on the corpse. That would... Here, behind the neck. The line ends here to support it. Now, it's clear that the line passed through the vent, the doll's eye, and ended beneath the neck.
Hang on. Why pull a line through the doll first? Can't you just start by pulling it from under the body?
To support the body's weight,
Jesus.
the line needs to pass through the doll first, as it was fixed in place. Next, the fishing line.
Do not. You don't try and understand her. Yeah.
Now, to return the line to the vent. This kept the corpse's upper torso in place.
It's a
The room has been
triangle.
completely prepared. So next...
Between any 3 points. Yep.
And then back to A.
That. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah.
The culprit exited through the door and locked it with the key. And then...
That's cool.
That is an interesting development.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's a joke, I'm not laughing. That would be inconsistent with how the body was first discovered. The key must be inside to make this a locked room. That spot is the only place it could have landed.
The key was thrown through the gap in the vent. If the culprit managed to drop the key next to the corpse, the only thing left was to untie the line. Then,
Yeah.
the corpse, which was supported only by the line, would fall face up on top of the key. That's how the culprit created the locked room.
Hey, you did it! That's my master!
Locked room complete. Yeah.
The bloodstains were strange. The length of the nails driven into the upper and lower body were different. The nails on the upper half didn't penetrate all the way through the body.
Yeah.
But the nails on the lower half went all the way through and into the floor. That was how the lower half could be secured, while the upper half could still be moved around.
That sure was tricky, but you managed to solve the mystery behind it.
Back to the cathedral looking place.
Hmm.
That's like a statue of
Except-
Anubis back there, I just realized.
Anubis.
Okay.
Hey!
Oh no.
The sight is right.
Oh. Do I actually have that effect?
Looks like we finally made it to the treasure chest. Speaking of, don't you think that whoever worked the hardest should get to open it? Which is me, of course.
I thought you didn't.
Yeah.
This is probably another clue leading to the culprit. I'm not sure how we use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still,
depends on
it
the
must
quality
be
of the
used for
line, really.
something. Hold on to it for now.
Yeah. Alright.
Let's solve the rest.
Right.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Not bad at all. The third locked room was a murder that happened
Yeah.
1 month ago in the art gallery storage in Ginma district. Pictures and paint were scattered all around the spot where a woman was boom killed. If you think you're up for it, then let's solve this thing. Are you going to the third locked room?
That's the... Yeah.
Did we
Yeah.
get stuck inside a locked room again?
This was the corpse
Yeah.
that was discovered by that worshipper and the art gallery employee. At the time of discovery, the door was locked and the key was nailed to a doll inside the room. Aside from the door, the only other entrance is the window, but it opens
yeah,
just enough to fit a finger in. The frame itself
That
is
one,
too
no.
small for even a child to squeeze through. How did the culprit vanish from here?
Yeah. Yeah, slice!
Why?
Pretty sure she already owns your soul.
Here! I think the culprit could have only escaped from
Hello,
here,
door.
but
Nothing's happening. Maybe you made a mistake, Master.
no, that can't be right. It's impossible for anyone to squeeze through that window. They could have only gotten out through the door. I'm sure the culprit had the key and locked the door from the outside after committing the crime.
The culprit just used a copy of the key? Would that really be considered a locked room mystery?
I mean...
Well, there are only 2 keys to the storage space, and the design makes them impossible to duplicate. I learned that thanks to you, Halara.
Especially a physical metal
One
key
of the
at that.
keys is always carried by that one employee. It was used when the body was first discovered, right? And the only other key was nailed through a doll onto a painting. So, it is a locked room mystery! Right? Right? Oh, that's totally it.
I see. I suppose you could call it that. Hey, Yuma,
It
can
really
you
is.
go
Yeah.
check outside of that window?
Oh, just like before.
Before?
Yeah, you made me do the same thing in the real world when we were investigating this place.
I see. Then the answer has already been confirmed. Very well. This locked room is solved.
Huh? Wait, did
Huh.
you already solve this mystery?
You haven't?
Alara.
How about you go and check outside the window? Then even you will see.
Oh, it unlocked. Looks like you can go outside.
All right, let's go see.
Beats me.
All right.
Come on.
Well,
Hey. Persona 4?
Hey, didn't you already check this in the real world? Why do it again?
Halara told me to check it twice. There must be an important clue outside that window.
Hey! Maybe the
Don't blame
culprit
him.
threw the key in through the window. That way, the key would be found inside. Well, how about that theory?
Plus it's nailed to the...
Is this the storage key?
Which means...
Again!
This one's a freebie! I
Yeah.
was right. Just toss it in there, Master.
The culprit threw the key inside? Is that really the right answer? Did the culprit throw the key in from the window?
Master, hurry up and throw the key!
Looks like...
Your footing's crumbling away! You're gonna fall!
I wonder.
This is the answer!
Yes. Thou must!
down!
Ow. Ah.
Master, hurry up and throw the key! Your footing's crumbling
Yeah.
away! You're gonna fall!
It's not like Ace Attorney.
That's the right answer?
How?
Yeah.
Didn't the culprit throw the key in there? That's why the key was found inside, right?
No, the crime scene wouldn't end up like that if we threw it in.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
The key was nailed to a painting. That's not possible if you just throw it into the room.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was my first thought.
But if the culprit didn't throw it in there, how is the key left in the room?
If you can't nail the key after throwing it...
Yeah. Oh no.
You're back. The key vanished.
The key is in my hand.
Master, you got the doll and nail!
I see. So you're supposed to recreate the locked room in the same way the culprit did. Try it out. Doing so will create a new path.
Yeah, I'm gonna solve this.
Good luck, Master!
Recreate the locked room.
You have to recreate the culprit's locked room mystery. First, do something about that doll.
Use everything you know and recreate the locked room. You should already have the answer. All that's left is to follow the steps one at a time. It's that simple.
Just recreate what you deduced earlier. Follow the steps the culprit took to create the locked room mystery and check those locations.
There are a few things you have to do, but first, you need to set the conditions to create the locked room. Wasn't the doll you just obtained used somewhere? There are a few things you have to do, but there are a few things you have to do.
Oh.
At least you don't take that much damage from that.
Yeah, it would be a problem if you took half your health every time.
Or like a fourth of it.
All right, first, take the painting. The culprit nailed the doll onto the painting. Next, both were stood up at a certain location. The painting was stood up facing the window. Now the part with the pierced doll is right next to the window.
Ah.
Oh.
After that,
Oh.
Hey, there's a...
then the culprit went outside. The door was locked, and they went to the other side of the storage room.
That leaves you with the problem of what to do with the key in your hand. The key was ultimately found inside the storage room. You must figure out how the culprit pulled it off.
I can see the painting and doll through the window, but I can barely fit my hand through the gap.
The doll's got a nail in it, but the problem is that key in your hand, Master.
Yeah, the culprit took the key and then...
No. Think about the state the corpse was in at the time of discovery. The key wasn't just hanging on it. What's the next step?
The culprit nailed the key to the painting, along with the doll from outside the window. Finally...
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder.
Huh? You're pulling it out? I'm pretty sure there were 2 nails stuck on there. You're really gonna pull one out?
Honestly, that was the biggest mistake for her. Slap.
I pushed the painting into the room. It completes the locked room mystery.
It took some time, but you've reached the truth behind this locked room.
Throwing the key through the window would be obvious. So to mislead us into thinking that was impossible, the key was nailed to a painting which was then pushed over.
It's one thing for an amateur, but a detective wouldn't be tricked by this.
Seriously, only amateurs would get fooled by... Wait, you mean me?
Code out.
What is it?
Oh!
Well, hey, a treasure chest! Who's gonna open this one? We should let the meanest one of us open it.
How would you decide that?
Like this.
Just her again.
I'm the meanest. Let's check out this treasure. Huh?
You just keep,
What's
you just
wrong?
Keep slicing your head off.
It's empty.
Huh? Why? After all we went through to solve this locked room.
This must mean solving the third locked room mystery doesn't necessarily bring us any closer to the ultimate truth.
That's terrible. I suddenly feel so tired.
We can't call it quits. We gotta keep going. That's it for all the locked rooms. We make a pretty good team. Don't you think so?
Well,
Yeah.
what do we do from here? I see. The way forward is clear. It must be due to solving all of the locked room mysteries. Now let's go.
Right.
Okay.
Again, I gotta ask. Who's supposed to be the protagonist here?
Board wall breaking much.
I see. The way forward is clear. Now let's go.
That's it for all the... We make a pretty good team. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This This place is creepy.
Right around, cutting your head off.
Don't be afraid to roll the dice. You must keep pursuing the truth. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Almost like they put you there on purpose.
Yep.
Is this some dungeon?
What is the meaning of this? Let me out of here!
Let me out! I'll kill your ass in the name of God!
I have nothing to do with the case.
I'm not the culprit! Let me go!
Wow, they're all here.
So now we must pick out the true culprit of this case.
The true culprit.
Right now.
Yuma,
Wait.
you solved all the locked room mysteries before you made it here. You should have all the clues and evidence you need to accuse the culprit. To be honest, when I first met you, I thought you were rather pitiful.
You sure are honest.
But my opinion of you has improved.
Yes, it is.
These
kinda
mysteries
harsh.
have brought you closer to becoming a true detective. Now tie up all the loose ends and prove that I am not mistaken about you. With your logic, anything is possible.
All right, I'll try.
Ooh, somebody's guilty. My heart's pounding.
Look at cat.
I'm not the nail man!
I'm not the culprit! I'm not the nail man.
Yeah.
How can I be the nail man?
There he is.
I'm not the.
I'm not the nail man!
Get blown back.
Don't make me kill your ass!
You're really doing a good job to convince us of your innocence with that
Considering all
language.
the evidence gathered so far, only
Yeah.
one person can be the nail man.
I'm not the nail man!
I'm not the culprit.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
How can I be the nail man? How can I?
I'm not the nail man.
Yeah,
Good.
just get blown back.
Good.
How can I be the nail man?
I'm not the culprit.
How can I be the nail man?
Huh?
Huh?
I'm with you there, buddy.
One option. That only leaves one option.
Considering all the evidence gathered so far,
How can I be the nail man?
I'm not the culprit.
the culprit is you, Father.
What? That's an absolutely.
Ridiculous thing to say.
Him again? Why won't he just give up?
You're saying the priest, a man of the cloth, is the culprit. That's impossible. How dare you spew such nonsense?
Right! Do not make baseless accusations. The culprit has to be someone else.
Yuma, Can I leave this to you?
It's not a baseless accusation. You're the only one who could possibly be the culprit.
Master, you're acting like a real detective. Go on and boom kill him.
Oh. A little bit. I can see it. Yeah.
I'm a man of the cloth. Like this. It's total blasphemy. I am not the nailman. That's it! The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper!
Say,
Yeah.
I'm a man of the cloth. It's total blasphemy! I am not the mailman. That's it! The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper!
say,
Yeah.
I'm a man of the cloth.
How much do you...
it's total blasphemy. I am not the mailman. That's it. The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the
Worshiper!
Missed it.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
the cloth. Doubting me like this. It's total blasphemy.
I am not the mailman. That's it! The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper!
There we go.
I'm a man of the
Cloth.
doubting me like this. It's total blasphemy! I am not the mailman. That's it! The first one to discover the bodies. The mailman is the worshiper!
This is the truth!
There we go.
The rope ladder used in the clock tower's locked room was found in the incinerator, which only clergy can access. The worshipper may be a regular churchgoer, but he's no clergy member, so he's no longer a suspect.
Shut up! Shut up! Ridiculous! A member of the church is the culprit? Even so, I am not the culprit! There are others working for the church. Yes, there's the servant. The servant must be the nailman. The servant was able to commit the crimes.
I'll slash through this mystery! Climbing up to the underground casino's window with only nails for footing would require considerable agility. Judging by the size of the window, there's no way someone of his size could have committed the crime.
No, no! Absolute lies!
Basically going through all the options now.
The nun must be the culprit. She's thick. And also works at the church. The nun was absolutely able to commit the crimes. It's not like she's afraid of heights. She used the nails to climb. And you know she's always saying, "I'll kill your ass in the name of God." It's clear she's the ruthless soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nun must be the culprit. She's thin and also works at the church. The nun was absolutely able to commit the crimes. It's not like she's afraid of heights. She used the nails.
Say,
The nun must be the culprit.
Yeah. That's strange.
She's thin and also works at the church. The nun was absolutely able to commit the crimes.
this is the truth. In the Mansion Study's locked room, the culprit tossed the key behind the corpse with perfect aim. With her dominant hand injured, the nun couldn't have done that, which means she's not the culprit.
Yeah.
It's not the churchgoer, the servant, or the nun. There's only one option left. Father, it's you. You are the nail man.
Yeah.
Hey, say something quick. Otherwise, they'll pin me as the culprit.
Well,
Ah, you're useless. I am a priest in service to God. I am not the nail man.
Oh, jeez.
what god would make you this ugly?
All your proof is nothing but fantasy. You don't have a single piece of hard evidence.
Hard evidence?
But Master, you do! It's easy.
Based on the facts, the priest must be the culprit. The decisive evidence that proves it is... I don't know. What do I do? What do I do?
What?
A detective must always prioritize solving a case. Listen, a detective isn't an arbiter of justice. Unraveling a case is top priority, even with questionable methods. What do you mean? In short, you must get them to confess. Use everything in your arsenal, even if it requires bluffing.
Use
Phoenix Wright, secret
everything?
strategy.
Don't hesitate to use anything that might give you an advantage. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. Always remember that.
A bluff. In other words, I should just claim I have solid evidence. But what could I use as a bluff?
Enough with your stupid fantasies! Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy! Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit? Did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Of course there's no evidence! I'm not the culprit!
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
Enough with your stupid fantasies! Everything you say is nothing but a fantasy! Do you have any proof that I'm the culprit? Did you find my fingerprints? Did you find my blood? Of course there's no evidence!
This is the truth. You left clear evidence at the clock tower's crime scene. There were footprints left under the window in the mud. When we inspected them, we found out they perfectly match your footprints.
Impossible! I already burned those shoes in the incinerator!
You gave yourself away.
Way to go, genius.
I swear, I only enacted justice in the name of God.
Looks like it worked.
That is not
Good job,
defense.
Yuma.
Well, joke's on you. Your god was the other kind of god, so yeah, joke's on you.
Thanks.
Karnai Ward is rotten to the core. To save it, someone had to get their hands dirty. Those slain were the evil incarnate that harm others. That's why the people asked the Nailmen to kill them. Evil must be punished. And so, I strangled them, made them suffer. All I did was slay evil.
And boom.
He died.
If someone hates somebody bad enough, they give that name to the Nailman.
Uh.
And this priest went around killing those people as the Nailman.
The urban legend offered targets for murder.
The priest is supposed to be the voice of God, but he went around killing people because someone wanted them dead. What is awesome?
It's
Of course, the
terrible.
death god would think that.
It's insane to think that he'd kill people for a reason like that.
That could be said about all murders. Insane people kill for insane reasons. Anyway, you did it, Yuma. My expectations of you weren't wrong after all.
Is it finally over? Huh, nothing's happening.
Quite.
But last time,
Yeah, the soul of the true culprit who created this mystery labyrinth should appear. And since it didn't, it looks like this isn't over yet.
huh? It's not over?
There are still
It's not over
mysteries
yet.
related to the Nailman killings within this mystery labyrinth.
But we solved all of the locked rooms and discovered the true identity of the Nailman. Was I wrong? But the priest even confessed to it.
Calm down, Yuma. There's no need to panic. If the Nailman's identity is exposed and all mysteries are yet to be solved, then most likely someone else's agenda is involved in this string of killings.
Someone else's agenda?
Meaning the Nailman didn't work alone.
You mean there's another culprit? But
Yuma,
Another one.
if you consider yourself to be a detective, you must see the truth through to the very end. No mystery concludes with a dead end. There is nothing we detectives cannot solve.
all right.
We have to review these killings from a different perspective.
Start not thinking around.
Out of the 4 locked rooms, if any of them were hiding a mysterious secret, it would be the room that's obviously different from the others.
Different.
Master, I get the feeling you want my help. Isn't that right?
Huh?
Oh,
No.
fine. I can't say no to you when you're so helpless like that. Okay, Master.
Oh, no.
Lay it all out.
Oh no. More barrels. Yeah.
Let's work together as a team.
Victim was strangled, which was not made public.
Twirling, twirling.
Banana.
Tick tock,
One.
tick tock.
1/4.
Tick tock, tick tock. That's right. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. You only have 30 seconds left. Nice.
Face.
She's firing her lasers again.
Yep.
A new path's opened up. It seems to be a hidden passage. If so, then the truth should be somewhere down there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this path. This path. Up. Persona 4.
I see. So the cause of death for the victim at the art gallery storage is the only one that's different.
Right. The victims in the other locked rooms were all strangled to death. All had strangulation marks and scratches, defensive wounds. The victim in the third locked room had strangulation marks, but no signs of resisting. There's also evidence of blunt trauma to the head, which can be considered the fatal blow.
The marks could have been made after the victim died, so as to appear as if strangulation was the cause of death. The real cause of death is blunt force trauma. Here's another obstacle, but it's likely to be an insignificant one. Yuma, let's solve this mystery and move on.
Right!
And up with that again.
How many times must you do this to me?
Huh?
Yeah, not touching that one.
Right here!
Yep, you called it.
All the results are in.
Oh yeah, they are.
The strangulation was faked, to imply this crime had the same perpetrator as the other 3 incidents. By making the crime scene as similar as possible, it appeared like the Nailman was responsible for an unrelated murder. Which means this was a copycat crime.
I agree.
Up. Pointing the finger already.
Among the string of Nailman killings, there could be some that were done by copycat criminals.
That has to be why the mystery labyrinth still remains, even after discovering the Nailman's identity. So who is the copycat criminal?
Indeed. We need to uncover this imposter's identity.
Can you hear
All right.
Wistopher? Because I can't.
Me either.
Oh, okay.
You talking?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I think he is talking. Uh-oh. That's not good.
The Splatfest is cursed.
It really is.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're taking-
Okay, like I've been trying to say is that I don't want to like is that we're going to be doing this like looking at the results after we finish this chapter or this case at least.
Okay. That's
So-
kind of what I figured since we're
Yeah,
so close to the end of
I
it.
didn't realize. Was I just? You guys think I was just not talking to you guys or something?
we couldn't hear you.
Yeah,
I also had the mic. Also, I realized the mic was muted on this side somehow. So, frick. So my
In fairness.
So it might have been the opposite of exactly of what's been happening before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing I had the stream up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was Copycat Killer. Well,
I wonder.
wait.
You're accusing
Now,
me of
Wait,
being
why are you here?
My spleen!
I'll kill your ass!
yeah. Now the boy is here.
Why
Wha-
are you here?
Why is the
Yeah,
why
why
is
is
the
he
cul-
here?
Why is the accused?
Why does he look like Why does he look like Yuma?
A little bit.
Yeah, the accused like son is here.
No, I told you already.
That's just a red
I
herring?
have nothing to do with this. No, I told you already. I have nothing to do with this.
Okay, Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah.
You are the copycat criminal.
Huh? Me? What are you talking about? I told you all about the Nailman, and even cooperated with your investigation. And now you think I'm a murderer? Are you fucking kidding me? This is crazy. Your investigation isn't worth shit. I'll crush you to dust, you filth!
I got.
Similar form, too.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So are we gonna end up killing two people? Like two? Kill them because of them? Well, I guess we'll see. Path Nailman murder.
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene.
Huh?
Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the Nailman. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Actually, no.
Even if there was a copycat criminal. Why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it!
Say,
Look at the towns.
Except...
Why accuse me of being the culprit? I was just first on the scene. copycat criminal. The nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Wait, oh. But it wasn't.
Really?
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Say,
In that case,
Why are you... Who's me if he... being the culprit. I was just first on the scene. Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Nope, not that.
I knew it.
but
Oh.
Why accuse me of being the culprit?
Okay. Huh.
Right.
I was just first on the scene. What do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah?
Even if there
was a copycat criminal.
Why is it me? The servant could be the copycat. The nut could be the copycat. Anyone could have done it.
But he, I guess the idea is that he knew? Nope, okay.
Well, we're just trial and error at this point.
Yeah. Wait, okay. Okay, if I look, okay, non-public information. Only the people who entered the crime scene known to suspect, the culprit, peacekeepers, and first discoverers of the victims.
Why accuse me of being the culprit?
I was just first on the scene.
Why do you think I'm a copycat criminal? It could have all been the nail man. The cause of death was just different each time, yeah? Even if there was a copycat criminal, why is it me? The servant could be the copycat.
Too big.
The nut could be the copycat.
She has a bum arm.
Anyone could have done it.
There we go.
Flash through this mystery.
Found it.
There we go. Inspirational.
The cause of death in the art gallery was blunt force trauma, faked as a strangling to resemble the nailman's MO. But the murders all being strangulations wasn't made public right away. The only ones who knew that were those who actually set foot on the crime scenes.
Right.
That includes the nailman himself, the peacekeepers, and the first eyewitnesses on the scene. Which means you could have committed the murder in the art gallery.
Right. Oh, hey, it's running.
Master,
Why are you
Abraham,
running?
beat some sense into that sensitive, nonsensical phantom!
The what?
What now?
Whatever, just go after him.
Alright.
For the
Oh, here we
first
go.
on the scene to also be the culprit is rather cliche.
Yeah.
He was always suspicious, but because the real mailman was someone else, I didn't connect the dots.
Huh.
He was fascinated by the mailman, and by studying him, he eventually knew more about him than anyone else. Ultimately, he became the mailman.
It's ironic that he exposed his own crime by knowing too much about the other ones.
Right.
Master, the truth is right there! My radar is banging like crazy!
You're what? You're
Banging?
huh?
Yeah, that's it. That's not what radars do.
Beep, beep. Oh, castle time.
Go away! I won't let you! You have the truth!
Looks like we've arrived at the final stage.
Yeah.
If we make him submit, we'll completely solve the mystery labyrinth. Master, don't let your guard down.
Yeah.
Alright. Final stage. Oh!
You have to use your mouth.
Apparently.
Attack on Titan Wally edition.
Honestly, yeah, that's basically what's
not-
happening.
I mean, exactly, but close.
Let's do this, Master.
Alright.
Like, that was Scotch edition.
We'll never destroy this
Oh,
port!
okay, tackle. Yeah,
Damn you!
tackle that. Jump.
Shut up!
Holy.
Kick.
Damn this! Stop with your lies! Everything was done by the Nailman! I'm not the culprit! How dare you accuse me when you have no proof? You didn't even check the crime scenes back then!
I did. What I did though.
You're wrong! Huh?
Because we had,
Come on!
because we had,
Yep.
had their forte.
Thanks to Holaris Forte, we were able to see what each crime scene looked like at that time.
And a forte is.
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene.
Wait, where are you? I
Not the
can't.
culprit,
Yeah, where
not the
are you in
victim,
this nonsense?
but how it appeared when a third
Where are
party
you?
first entered.
We used post-cognition to gather all the evidence.
Time to pound him!
Wrong! Shut up! Stop it! Get away from me! Damn it! Why you? Get away from me! Get away!
Damn, they're just putting up all the walls.
Get away! Get away!
Kick.
Who cares if you use post-cognition? You only saw what I saw as the first person on scene! No clue will help lead you to the culprit!
But there was another person there. You were never alone.
You're never gonna find the culprit! What you saw is only what I saw the moment the corpse was discovered!
Alright. Yeah, no, not the butt.
Yeah.
the art galleon, he was the one who was in the door, but was too afraid to open it.
Halara's post-cognition showed us that the paint can at the gallery storage entrance had been knocked over. And according to the art gallery staff member's testimony, that was your doing. You went into the crime scene first, and the art gallery employee behind you noticed you knocking over the paint can.
Right, and that's why the paint can was knocked over. Like, was knocked over instead of right side up.
But Halara's post-cognition only shows the scene when the corpse is first discovered.
By a third party.
So if you were the first person to find the body, the scene before the paint can fell over would have been recreated. But it wasn't. The paint can had already been knocked over when the corpse was discovered.
Right.
That means the first person to find the corpse was the art gallery's staff member, not you. The reason you didn't count as the first person to find it is because you're the culprit. This is the truth of the case.
Boom.
Nice.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Too much power. The battery couldn't take it.
Shinigami was so strong it caused you to have low battery.
Lol. But yeah.
I knew there was some meaning to that quote, though.
Master, finish him! Shove all your evidence into the solution blade and slash as hard as you can!
So yeah, we do have one more piece of the puzzle.
Yep.
Think that any, because this will look very familiar.
Yep, it's time.
Alright. Oh. Alright, let's go. Okay, so starting at the first page. Kanai Ward urban legend, the mysterious nail man. Goes down courses, incident caused by the nail man. Victim persisted in the glass. Over complete crime at the crime scene. Where did the culprit leave the room? Leave the room from? The vent. What did the culprit use to climb the wall? Oh, it was the nails. What did the line pipe? Okay. What did they tie to the vent? There was a rope. There was a string. A fishing line. Then another rope ladder at the back of the neck. Or actually. Oh wait. Okay. Just like I did before. Through the doll. And then behind the neck. And you even see it from here. Third incident occurred. Culprit nailed the doll to the painting. Painting is moved. Moves to the rear entrance. Window. What was nailed to the doll? The key. If the culprit used to escape. The rope ladder. Still wonder about why they why she was picked. Like, continues to smoothly extend.
Maybe we'll find out.
Hopefully. The Nail Man is the priest. And the culprit of the copycat incident was the worshipper. So I was right and wrong at the same time. I kept,
I'm also right. Truth is complicated.
yeah,
Has failed successfully.
yeah. And I mean, it took a bit, but we got it.
Step right up, step right up! A series of locked room murders based on an urban legend. Will we discover the true identity of the Nail Man?
I really wish it did something like this.
Truth bombs are about to be dropped. Time for the deduction denouement.
Just give it for free, basically.
To solve the mystery of this string of events, we have to know who the Nail Man is first.
Right.
The Nail Man is an urban legend of Conaiward. You write down the name of someone you want dead, and drive a nail through it and a doll to a tree behind the church.
Yay.
And the Nail Man will kill that person for you with a countless number of nails.
Man, the nail business must
A
be
string
booming.
of murders exactly like that urban legend began half a year ago.
All of the crime scenes featured a corpse and dolls nailed down within a locked room. The first murder happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki district.
Right.
The victim was none other than the geezer who owned the place, and the cause of death was strangulation. I heard the buy-in to place a bet was pretty steep, and cheating was rampant, so it was obviously a scummy place.
Right.
The key to the door was inside of a glass. And the vent that connects outside looked too high for escape to be possible.
But the culprit used the nails driven into the wall as footholds to climb.
Even climbed up the body.
Why, the nails that were bent downward.
That's a yikes.
The vent was not screwed down at the time of the murder, so it could easily be removed and used as an escape route. The second murder happened 3 months ago. It was at a mansion near Ginma district.
The victim was some real estate agent who lived there, and the cause of death was again strangulation. He made a lot of money through shady real estate deals, so of course someone would be out to get him.
Right.
The door to the crime scene was the only possible entrance. But the key to that door was underneath the nailed-down victim. After the culprit escaped, some sort of trick was used to get the key back into the room.
A fishing line passed from the vent through the eye socket of the doll and propped up the upper body of the corpse. All that was left was to exit the room, lock it, throw the key in from the vent, and boom! You got yourself a locked room mystery!
I guess it wasn't tied to the key. Was it?
The key was tossed under the victim from the vent, and once the fishing line was retrieved, the corpse's upper body fell over, completing the crime scene.
The nails in the upper body didn't pierce through completely, so it wasn't nailed down at all.
The third murder happened 1 month ago in an art gallery storage room in Ginma district.
Right.
The skank's
With a
cause of
bunch of
death was blunt
dinosaurs.
force trauma. She was a pretty lady who let her looks get to her head, and she got boom killed.
That's one way to put it.
The key to the storage room was nailed to a painting through a doll. Another trick was used to get the key back inside the room here.
The painting with the doll nailed to it
You say he was
propped
smoking
up
during
against
this
the
whole
window,
thing?
and then the culprit left the room. They
Apparently.
nailed the key to the painting through the window, knocked it over, and bam! All done!
Those are the truths behind the past 3 cases.
Fourth case.
Not gonna
Now,
ask her that
there's
stayed
been
up while he
another
was
murder at
nailing
the
it,
clock
but,
tower in Kanai Ward.
The woman's cause of death was strangulation. Since you told that kid you'd take care of it, we've gotta solve this case.
Yeah.
The clock tower crime scene is rather high up on the 3rd floor. The door was locked from the inside, and the window shutters were also locked. But there was rainwater under the window, and the nails in 2 of the dolls had rub marks.
In other words, the culprit must have hung a rope ladder from the dolls to escape out the window. With my logic, anything is possible.
Why are you imitating Halara? Anyway,
I thought that was Halara for a
the
second.
killer cut their footing on the way down from the window. That way, they could just pull on one side of the rope to retrieve the whole thing.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
The shutters come down under their own weight, so they locked once the rope was collected. I'm surprised you noticed the auto-locking feature. You sure love your shutters, Master.
Shut up.
The rope ladder was collected,
And just, I guess he carried it with
then
him.
burned in the church incinerator, which only clergy have access to.
That's how we know the mailman must be someone from the clergy.
And the servants actually, like, discovered
But
it.
one question arose
Oh, frick.
from this. The mailman killings share one more characteristic. All the victims were murdered by strangulation.
What?
This piece of information wasn't publicized.
And?
The cause of death in the art gallery murder was blunt force trauma. The strangulation marks were added later.
Oh, great.
Which means that it was someone mimicking the mailman. But I already know the identity of the copycat killer. First, the mailman must be someone thin enough to pass through the vent.
Someone with the skills to throw the key with precision.
And a clergy member with access to the incinerator.
The priest! You're the mailman!
Objection.
Like that. And...
And the copycat is someone who knows that all of the victims were strangled to death.
Because he was the first witness in each case, the person capable of replicating the mailman's crimes is...
The worshipper! You're the copycat criminal!
That somehow stings even more.
Yeah,
You're just a copycat.
pretty much. Yep.
You're not even good enough to be my copycat.
You're not even original.
This is the truth of the case!
Okay, so so both of their souls get knocked out. Get
Yep.
yeeted out of their bodies. Or in here.
What's that?
Their souls.
It's the truth.
At all
The
levels,
soul
including
of the true
spiritual,
culprit who
they are
built this
dead.
mystery labyrinth.
Not yet.
I see. It looks otherworldly, but there's an ominous air around it.
Thank you, Halara. I was only able to make it this far thanks to you.
Nah, you could have made it.
I only kept my part of the deal. You made the right choice hiring me. But I will say one thing. You've taken another step toward being a detective. That much is certain. I, Halara Nightmare, acknowledge you.
Yeah.
Really, Halara? You do?
You know, it's kind of cool that we get that like the most competent out of the 5 we like, or 5 or 4, or out of the group of detectives that got here. Like is like the first we actually like that actually acknowledges us. The others, I have no idea what they're all about. They still.
Yeah.
I'm curious and excited to see what they're capable of. Oh, and they
Handshake.
offered the hand. Oh. Oh,
Thank
hi.
you for ruining the moment, Shinigami.
Hey.
All right, all eyes on Shinigami.
Yeah.
What's about to happen?
Oh yeah, we're
Oh, isn't it obvious? It's the moment we've all been waiting for! Time to boom kill the bad guy!
that- It's punishment time!
I was gonna do.
Surging bloodlust.
You didn't, I would have.
Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case. Death to all deplorables. Ruin to the vile mystery labyrinth. Starry, shining, rainbow, glorious, stellar spiral. The special grand finale.
Up and
You did say boom.
boom. And and the entire labyrinth is held by
Dead.
elephants
Yep.
on top of a turtle, baby.
How fitting.
Well, that's the second labyrinth we've taken down, and now two people are about to fall boom dead.
Yep.
Right there in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Hmm. You know, the nail man being taken out in this way feels almost like karma.
Yeah, I'm still like, I mean, if I was making a game like this, I'd be doing it just a different way. But oh well.
As old saying goes, karma is BINCH.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
What's going on? What happened to those two?
There's no pulse. They're dead.
Dead.
What? What is this?
I sure worked hard today. Feels so good to boom kill the murderer.
The mystery labyrinth crumbles when you reap the soul of the true culprit.
Yeah.
Then, the cause of the mystery labyrinth's creation pays the price by vanishing with it. I knew this would happen, but it still hurts to see someone die before my eyes. It's like I killed them myself. No, I did kill them. I killed them with the ruthless blade of the truth.
There. Humans boom kill cows and pigs all the time and eat them. You don't feel bad about that, right?
I mean,
That's
I
not
do.
really comparable.
I still feel bad, even though I like bacon.
These were the souls of deranged murderers. At least you didn't eat them. If you look at it that way,
you're not
there's nothing
helping.
to feel bad about at all.
You're not helping.
That doesn't help at all.
It's not so simple when it comes to people dying.
Did you people do this? Did you kill them with some kind of poison?
That doesn't help.
Hey, hold on. I have no idea what's going on here. Too much is happening all at once.
We shall talk at headquarters. Follow me there immediately.
Yeah, this is not good.
Is it just me, or are things more
Yeah.
complicated now than before entering the mystery labyrinth?
Yeah, this does not help our case at all.
Oh, you want
No, it
help?
does not.
Are you going to rely on me again?
That's why I like that's like yeah, I've always like that's why I've always left it a wonder of what's next after this, because just having the culprits die doesn't help. Because they don't actually confess. You in real life.
Oh, fine. I can't say no when you ask for help.
I didn't ask, but okay.
You didn't ask. What? Oh, dear God.
Everyone!
Are you serious? Are you
What?
serious? Are you serious?
Oh, that's one way to do it.
Ah! He came back to life!
Sorry about that. You see, I'm actually the nail man. These are my final words, so I can't lie. I'm the nail man. The worshiper laying there is just a copycat criminal. Search the church for the tools used in each crime. I'm sure you'll find plenty of evidence. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and check it out. Thanks!
She's
Well, that's one way to do it, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, but I mean, Death God.
But that was a
Yeah, makes
super
sense.
lazy confession. Will it work?
Yeah, that I don't think anyone would buy that.
Should do it. We even have witnesses, so this case is closed.
The priest mumbled something, but I couldn't quite hear him.
What?
Anyway,
What?
everyone
Let's
here
not
will be
hear him.
taken to Amaterasu
Yes,
Corporation.
Tony right there.
What?
Oh, he's BSing.
Wait,
It wasn't effective at all.
He's
Yeah,
so
he's
stubborn.
absolutely
This
lying.
is why I hate authority.
What do we do?
I mean, apparently he's so quiet that he needs someone to stand there with a megaphone.
Wait, I hear something.
Yeah.
Huh? What now?
A motorbike. Something is heading this way at an alarming speed.
Wait a minute.
It can't be.
What?
Huh? Wait, is he? Wait, he's afraid of
Where
something?
is that coming from?
What is he afraid of?
Oh
no.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Of course.
No. What are you doing here?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, dang.
Who are you?
You dare speak so carelessly? Who do you think I am?
That's why we
the
asked.
hero who defends peace and order in Kanai Ward. Director of the Amaterasu Peacekeepers.
Oh.
Oh, no.
The Honorable Yomi
no.
Hellsmile.
Oh.
Hell Smile. Yeah, what a name. This just went from out of the frying
Peacekeepers
pan into the
director?
fryer.
The director.
So he is the head of the Peacekeepers.
Now you know, small fry. Bow down.
That's a smile, all right.
Yeah. Heard that name.
What are you doing here?
No need to be alarmed. Benevolent Director Yomi is here to help. Oh, excuse me for the late introduction. I am Vice Director of the Peacekeepers, Martina Electro.
She's my beloved right hand. No one else gets to have her.
You had to make. You had
What's
to
with
make it
him?
creepy, dude.
Why does it sound familiar?
Be careful. This
A little
Yomi
bit,
guy
actually. Yeah.
is-
Huh?
I've never seen anyone emit such a dangerous aura before.
He's that bad?
maybe.
So, what brings you here?
Oh, right. I was so focused on my beloved right hand that I completely forgot.
As mentioned earlier, Director Yomi is here to help. I hear you've been troubled by Seth's unreasonable treatment. Is that right?
Huh?
Eh?
Director Yomi, what is going on here? Why am I?
We have discovered you've been receiving sizable kickbacks for facilitating donations meant for the church.
Oh, he absolutely lied.
We now
When you
know
said you couldn't
why
hear that.
you're so desperate to clean up all the Nailman killings.
Oh.
After
You knew
all,
it from the start.
it would be troublesome to lose access to all that money if the priest was arrested as the Nailman.
Wait, please. Director Yomi, I did this under your orders.
Oh. Oh.
Did you say something? Because I didn't hear a thing.
I only did this because you ordered me to.
Seth, you make me sad. I'm the hero and defender of peace in this city. My peacekeepers are proud soldiers of that mission.
Hey, bro.
Controller.
Yeah.
yet you let yourself be corrupted. How could you? Seth, for the sake of the Peacekeepers and the peace of Kanai Ward, die.
What?
Taking advantage of your position as a Peacekeeper executive is a serious crime. The punishment must be severe.
Wait, what?
Well, that would explain why he was in the labyrinth too.
Oh, yeah, because he was.
Yeah, I'm annoyed my own underling would betray me like this.
Oh.
I'm so annoyed, I'd go insane if I didn't toy around with my beloved right hand.
Keep that to yourself, bro.
It's an honor.
Seriously.
Oh
no.
He's terrible.
Get a room, you two.
Like a lizard cutting off its own tail
Yeah,
to survive.
seriously.
Someone like him is in charge of the Peacekeepers?
Yep.
Don't look him in the eyes. Don't talk to him either. If possible, don't even breathe the same air as him. Though it's probably too late for that.
Well then, to our shit-for-brains friends
start
playing
running.
detective, looks like I have to give you a warning. Know your place in my city and stay there. Follow the rules and don't disturb our peace. Or I'll need you to die!
In this city, Director Yomi is both the law and the Peacekeepers itself. Defying us means you defy law and order. You will receive fitting treatment for such behavior.
Before, you were insignificant specks of dust. But now that you've banded together, you've become an eyesore. Detectives, my ass. Annoying little shits.
Wow. That's not very nice.
Ew.
Let's go,
with the death
my
spot is
beloved
scary.
right hand.
They spat at him.
Yes, Director Yomi.
Well,
I have a theory about her, which we'll have to see if that ends up being correct.
yeah, we'll see. But they bailed us out, but that's not gonna
So
do
they
it.
can threaten you, pretty much.
Yeah.
Looks like we've been targeted by someone dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to you. One wrong move and it would have been all over. You got that?
I'm sorry, but...
No buts. None. How did this happen anyway?
Laura, help me out. Please explain what happened. You said you acknowledged me as a detective, didn't you?
They don't remember, do they?
What? When did I say that?
I was a little afraid of that.
Huh?
Memories, why?
It's such a shame,
Well-
Master. Everything that happens in the Mystery Labyrinth gets forgotten.
What?
Well,
So,
God dang it.
so what? So Yuma is still considered just bottom of the ladder now, or still just.
Elara's memory must have been wiped after entering and leaving the labyrinth.
Great.
Nothing inside the Mystery Labyrinth can be taken into the real world. Not even memories.
But I remember because of the pact.
yeah, I was about to say.
But it's because of the pact. But yeah, now they don't even know how I even solved the mystery.
Unless you have a contract with yours truly, that is.
Can you just give a contract to everyone here so that I'm not like bad?
But I thought Halara
You
and
want
I
them to
had
sell their
finally
souls, question
reached
mark?
an understanding.
Good point.
Memories from up until you enter the Mystery Labyrinth are retained, like the debt you owe for your assignment.
Great!
That's awful.
Hey, Yuma, are you listening? You better make sure this doesn't happen again.
It's gonna happen at least 4 or 5 more times.
By the way, Chief, our submarine office is tipping over. Are you sure the Peacekeepers didn't mess with it?
What? Seriously? I have to go back and repair it.
Oh.
Yuma, help me out. Follow me.
Yuma,
Man!
They actually
it
have
was supposed
anti-sub
to be
weapons?
time for your solution, but we've ended up in a mess.
Huh? Yeah.
Before they could be accused, the true culprit suddenly died. It's my first time dealing with such a thing. Still,
Oh, yeah,
I
if
do
she knew all
remember
along.
this. You did your absolute best to try and solve the case.
Huh?
You should be proud.
Laura.
Look, the chief is calling for you. You should go.
Could we at least like
Right. Thank you.
Could we at least compare notes? Oh, thanks.
I know. So, yeah, because she had mystery figured out before we even went in the labyrinth.
Yeah. So like, be like, hey, so this is what happened, right? Oh yeah, that was. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we can figure out a better way to get this wrap these up after. Because last time we just, these just get more complicated, I swear.
Yep.
Are you serious? A Peacekeeper executive was taking bribes from the church?
If Director Yomi said so, it would be considered the truth, even if it isn't.
What about the priest being the nail man?
It's going to be publicly announced as the truth. It appears the priest's strong desire to save others turned him into the nail man. He saw people wishing for revenge as they hammered those nails in the forest, and decided he needed to save them. That was the motive, though it could all be a story made up by the Peacekeepers.
Well, surprisingly, that's actually true.
So, what about the kitty cat criminal?
Kitty cat criminal.
You mean the copycat?
I mean, I like kitty cat criminal.
That one was already publicized as well. They say the copycat did it out of admiration for the real nail man.
And in the end, he felt so much guilt that he poisoned himself? None of this really makes any sense.
Yeah.
It sure didn't look like death by poison to me.
What made you think of that?
It was me! I did it along with that detective kneeling in penitence over there.
It would make more sense to assume Yomi killed him somehow. Especially when you consider the timing. He'd do it without batting an eye.
Yomi Hellsmile, the director of the Peacekeepers, the leader of our enemy.
I heard he rode in on a dragon.
Yes, a dragon. A dragon motorcycle.
No, it was a motorcycle.
Please be the brand.
From what I've investigated, the Peacekeepers' influence is gaining ground at Amaterasu Corporation.
Or an Orochi motorcycle brand?
Maybe.
Because Amaterasu.
There's some sort of power struggle going on. Seems like they're getting their way internally. I hear that their boss, Yomi, is extraordinarily dangerous.
You don't say!
Extraordinary.
Yeah, he literally spat on Chief.
So he is very normal? How scary.
Yes.
It's only a matter of time until the Peacekeepers gain complete control of the corporation. When that happens, they might outright attack the World Detective Organization.
Perhaps the WDO made its move because they saw the warning signs. If that's the case, it could have something to do with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Like, that the Peacekeepers are going to take over the corporation and then make an all-out war against the detectives.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with Kanai Ward's ultimate secret? We still know nothing about it, huh?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Nailman incident. I wonder what it could be. Sheesh, so much to deal with. This sounds exhausting.
Didn't I tell you that from the start?
We have to obey directives from number 1, no matter how difficult they are.
Well, we got some very talented master detectives gathered here. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much. No, everything changes from now on. Yuma, you can take a seat now.
My legs feel numb.
Don't stick your neck out recklessly from now on, for everyone's sake. Got it?
No promises.
Got it.
Hey, we worked super hard. I'm so stressed I could die.
Yeah.
Where'd you get
Wait,
that from?
but I can't die.
You don't want to.
Do we have a visitor? That's rare.
A client?
Yuma, can you go get it?
Sure.
Or the nun?
Oh.
Out of nowhere. I'm gonna kill you to death. In the name of God!
Maybe.
It might be the kitty cat!
Oh?
Plot twist, it's actually Westerford in disguise.
Yes.
Strangely enough, one of the nicer people here.
Yeah, that's the guy that said, I hope I die someday.
What do I do?
Yay.
I don't work for cheap.
So, about that debt,
Yuma.
Oh! Oh.
Oh, that's what I'm doing! Oh, it's boy.
It's you.
My dad is back safe at home. It's all thanks to you. Thank you for helping us.
No, I just... Well, I'm happy for you.
Aw, look at you getting thanked. You were on your knees just a moment ago.
Be quiet.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
What is it?
Did someone else die or something?
Will you play catch with me?
Huh? Catch? But it's raining.
It's always raining.
Actually, sure. Let's play.
Yeah.
The unending rain. My memories still seem like faraway raindrops. My hands still have yet to grasp a single thing. I'm still lost. Is it all right for me to be here? But with the worn baseball gripped in my hand, my heart somehow feels lighter. Why I wanted to be a detective. It could have been for the sake of something so small that it fits in my hand.
Someone's heart?
Maybe I should give myself credit for this small realization. So, for just a bit longer, I think I'll keep pretending to be a detective.
Did she even hit anything with that? Probably not, but it's so funny.
No, that's the
Chapter
end of
1.
chapter 1. All right. Oh man. Oh, there we go. All right.
Double S. S.
B.
Stamina B.
S.
And S.
Hey, those last two rankings have some serious BS.
And we got like first timer bonuses for A, C through S, but double S would be nice. But yeah, I really should just try and do it better next time. It just anyway, save current progress. Yes, please. Well, I guess how about a sneak peek? We're going to be going back to Splatoon soon, but
yeah,
I know.
But a nice little, like maybe a little sneak peek before we get started in the next case, and then I'll start with the opening again after it finishes loading.
Loading response. First time I save. What?
Huh? Fancy mansion.
Unpainted faces in uniform by the window.
Is this just Persona 5?
Or
looks a bit like it.
This isn't the real me. With that, a hand reaches out and misses the stars grazing off dusk.
Oh. Oh.
In the shadow of the school after class lies the remnants of everything someone has lost.
Don't like what that's implying.
We gotta have another massacre.
I'm getting to think those are gonna be common.
Because we keep having more than one victim in each of these cases.
Running for dear life, running, panting for dear life.
Good morning, everyone.
Who's the... Oh, I can't save now. Okay.
Yeah, fortunately.
Oh? Chief, you look so clean cut today. You look just like Halara.
Oh,
That is Halara. How could you mistake the two of them?
Oh, you're right. What a wonderful surprise.
I'm very curious what her power is gonna be.
Yeah, I'm wondering how the heck she survived.
The chief was gone by the time I got here. It's way past our meeting time.
Unless she's unless she's very secretly, competent, but...
What is that old man doing? He always nags others when they're late.
The chief suddenly went missing. According to my deduction, his chopped up corpse will be shipped here in a cardboard box.
I hope not.
That's horrible. I wonder what happened to Chief Yako.
Well,
I think we should be able to save now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm here. I am here. Oh, okay. I'll save here actually. Okay, so we're gonna submit. This time we're going with him. All right.
Huh. Find out what his ability is.
Yeah.
Ability is.
Might have something to do with that guitar that he was